Well, guys, here we are again, and we're actually on our own.
Yeah, last week was real great. Real great.
It was my pleasure.
What'd you do?
Thanks.
Actually, I didn't do anything.
What'd you do?
What did he do?
You were standing right here. Yeah, by the way, thanks for all your help, too.
You said Terry did it.
Yeah, before I got assimilated or whatever back there by the rebels, for God's sake.
Assimilated?
No, just
Accosted, whatever.
Well, today is a big show. We have the results from Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and it's our first show for Roaring Spring. I want to thank you all for coming out for that.
That it was.
Plus, an in-depth look into the problems between Israel Sharif Fakour and Colin Blair.
And Cass.
Enough of Cass, all right? I hope something happens soon. Either way, I don't care.
All right, well,
Okay.
let's take a break and get right to the results.
Jimmy.
If you like the action you see on the AON RunDown, then don't miss the hottest show in town. All or Nothing Professional Wrestling Live. All or Nothing Wrestling would like to take this time to thank our sponsors for their continued support.
Blood, Sweat, and Tears started off with Biff Blackstone.
Who?
Biff Blackstone. Biff made his debut and had some words for the fans until someone else had some words.
We said if anybody, even Drew or X-Men,
Or that funny guy with the mullet right
or the
there.
funny guy with the mullet,
Bring on, big boy!
or the guy with the stupid Shane Mountain t-shirt, we said that we were going to do something.
So after Mr. ABC23 and C4 dropped some wisdom on Biff Blackstone, they decided to hang out around the ring and enjoy some AON action, which first came in the form of Rundown favorite Marcus, the Nomad Cage, and Bobby Frapples taking on the vile co-owner kidnapping Israel Sharif Fakour. Now, ISP has had a bad week and he decided to get some cage therapy, and by cage therapy, I mean beating the hair off of the Nomad. Now let's just sit back and see what I mean. Just as ISP was about to hit the coast to coast, Nomad's ring girl, Bobby Frapples, threw in the towel. Literally. Now, ISP was a little upset and grabbed Bobby by the hair. Or what he thought was hair. ISP pulled Bobby's wig off, exposing, Bobby, and then gave Frapples a DDT in the middle of the ring. Now, after Nomad got his wits back, well...
I don't believe this. I'm speechless. I got my butt handed to me, and then now this.
That's your fault.
Why didn't you just tell me? Why couldn't you tell me the truth?
Awkward.
You could have trusted me with it. Did you know about this?
Yes.
You told him? You didn't tell me?
It's kind of obvious, isn't it?
Come on, Travels. You could have told me you had cancer. I could have went to the therapy with you. I could have helped you pick out the way. I like redheads. This is why you would push me away. Look, I've been watching Discovery Health a lot.
so disturbing. Next was Zach Rain taking on Jeremy Hassel. This was a solid match, but throughout the entire match, we had special guest commentary via the microphone courtesy of C4 and Black Lightning. And here's an example.
Hey, Zach! Zach, how about you calm down? Oh, that was mean, wasn't it? What was that? No! Hey, a true story right here. You know how Zach Rain and Shane House are friends? I'll tell you where the real wrestlers get ready and back.
Shut up!
And calm down, Jeremy Hassel.
So anyway, this was a back and forth contest, but in the end, Jeremy Hassel came out on top, and both men seemed like they didn't appreciate the guest commentary.
I didn't appreciate it, but up next, James Ford stepped in against the rising star, Justin Starr. Guys, this match was intense. Two completely different styles showcased here. The rough and tough bruiser style of James Ford, and the high-flying quick style of Justin Starr. There were some huge happenings in this match, but one thing that stood out to me was the kicks from Justin Starr. Listen to this. Huge kicks and reversal from James Ford, who did eventually get the win. But afterwards, well, as we've seen since Thunder, Bobby Frapple seems to have a crush on the rising star. And was at ringside throughout the match, but consoled Starr after the loss, which infuriated Marcus Cage, who had some words.
Alright, I had enough of this. I don't know why you still came out here. I know you're looking for more people to manage, but I knew he wasn't going to be professional, and I've seen the entire time you were out here, he couldn't keep his eyes off you. Like, really, can't you be professional? You know what? I got enough of everything else that happened today. She's got cancer. You know what? Orphan territory for her. I want you in a match. We'll end it there. No more of this. Let's go. I expect.
That whole situation is gross and disturbing. The next match featured one of the newest partnerships in AON between NJ Syndicate and Coma Clayton, who finally settled on a team name. Slip Indicate. Come on. I don't know why. I thought Humpkin Syndicate was better, but whatever. Anywho, Slip Indicate took on the tag team champions in the cartel team of Bam Bam Hassel and Adam Nostikov, who apparently had some shirt issues at the beginning of the match. Anyway, I thought for sure the cartel, even though they're a bunch of jerks, would wipe the floor with the aforementioned Humpkin Syndicate.
Slip Indicate?
Whatever. I thought the cartel was going to get an easy match, but lo and behold, the new team stepped up and brought the fight to the champions. Both sides clashed with some big moves both on the ground and through the air. But after a few suplexes and some luck, this happened.
Luck? They clearly won after that huge move.
Coma, he probably...
Oh, knock it off. The new team of C4 and Mr. PBS.
Really?
Well, that's what Sherrod calls them. Anyway, these two call themselves the Stealth Mob Dynasty. Yeah, I don't get it either, but I'm sure we'll know soon enough. Anyhow, they took on the Psychotic Assassins, and the winner would become the #1 contenders to the Tag Team Championship. As we figured, these four guys put on a heck of a match, especially after Manchild got in. I mean, Black Lightning looked like a little gnat hitting an aircraft carrier. Now, going in, I would have figured the Empire team would have something up their sleeve in order to, let's say cheat to win. But the Assassins overcame any shenanigans to pick up the Duke and claim that #1 contendership to the tag team titles.
You are so biased.
What?
Big old John McGraw got a rematch of the TV title against champion Sherrod Hall, the first since losing it to him at Thunder in the Valley. Sherrod is a big guy, John McGraw is huge, and anytime these two are in the ring together, everyone just feels short. It was like watching two giant Japanese movie beasts battling.
What?
Sorry, too much Akiba around. Anyway, these guys beat the tar out of each other, and even with AON co-owner cousin Otis hanging around ringside, Sherrod Hall was eventually able to overcome John McGraw and retain his TV title.
Black Lightning's TV title.
No, it's not.
So, in the main event, Crybaby Colin Blair took on Project 13 member and PA heavyweight champion Shane Malice. The cartel was at ringside, except for ISP, since him and Colin seemed to be having an issue with each other, and Shane was on his own. I don't know where Zach was, hopefully looking in the backstage rooms for Cass Edison, but Shane was more than ready to defend the title against the man he beat it for. Now, don't get me wrong, Colin put up a heck of a fight, and there was, of course, some interference by KFC Norway and Bam Bam Hassel and Nostikov. Okay, the entire cartel, minus ISP, interfered at various points. But Shane Malice, the shining jewel of a champion, was able to overcome all of that. The action at one point spilled outside of the ring, and I thought both men were going to end up on stretchers. Shane had everything under control when finally ISP made his appearance and took the PA Championship from our table. Eventually, he got into the ring and apparently went to hit Shane with the belt, but, and this is just speculation, it seemed he telegraphed that belt shot from a mile away because Shane ducked the belt, not having to use his ninja-like reflexes, and ISP crushed, and I mean crushed, Colin with the belt, giving Blair the win. But, since it is a disqualification, the championship does not change hands.
All is not well in the cartel. I wonder how they're treating Kes.
Well, I hope.
Actually, when we come back, we'll be looking at a little more into the cartel situation. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
New look, new logo, same great entertainment. The Altoona Curve are back in action with a new look and a new logo. Catch all the action this summer at Blair County Ballpark by calling the Curve box office at 877-99-CURVE. Fireworks, giveaways, celebrities, and more. Join in on all the fun and affordable excitement found only in Curve, PA. For tickets and information, call 877-99-CURVE or log on to altoonacurve.com.
Welcome back to the AON RunDown. We have seen a major rift appearing in the cartel. I mean, we just saw it right there with the results from Blood, Sweat, and Tears between ISP and Colin Blair. Mike, you've been around these guys. What have you found out?
Well, as we saw, ISP stepped in and, well, basically had Cousin Otis tell Colin, you could either have your PA title shot, your rematch, or you can have the Thunder Cup final. And Colin decided to take the Thunder Cup final. ISP took that title shot for himself. What was the result? ISP lost. Colin Blair won. First ever two-time Thunder Cup champion. Now, this created a problem between the cartel because Colin, who basically told ISP he dropped the ball and questioned the leadership of the hardest act to follow. Now, we've seen the videos from each guy for the past few weeks. They've been here on the show. They've been everywhere, including the news responses from the AON Facebook. ISPs was up first, and almost immediately, Colin followed up. And here they are, right now.
German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once wrote, "Battle not with monsters, lest ye become a monster. And if you stare into the abyss also stares into you, my friend. Mr. Colin Blair, you have been staring at my spot atop of the cartel leadership for some time. And now I, Israel Shirley Fakol, also stare back at you. I have been waiting patiently for 4 days, and you still no reply. If I were you, and I were standing where you're standing, looking across at me, I also would be intimidated, my friend. So since you will not accept my challenge for war for territory, maybe I have to make a member of the Blair family accept it for you, my friend. Maybe that lovely sister of yours, Miss Catherine Blair, I will make her my 6th wife. Maybe that lovely mother of yours, Miss Jocelyn Blair, she can be my 7th wife. I refuse to play games with you, Mr. Blair. You have 72 hours from this time forward to accept my challenge for war for territory. In the back of your mind, you know, my friend, that you cannot win this match, because you will not have Israel Shirley Fakol watching your back. Israel Shirley Fakol will be the man that is breaking your back. You cannot hide from me, Mr. Blair. You should already know that by now. 72 hours, Mr. Blair. Assalamu alaikum.
Hello, ISP. How dare you bring anybody in the Blair family into any of all this? You see, besides myself, there isn't anybody in the Blair family that would be associated riff-raff slime like you. As far as you not being able to find me and not being able to get a hold of me, that's a bunch of bollocks, mate. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but your countrymen have been finding my country for quite some time now. The only thing is, they never find their way back, because they're always blowing themselves up. That's right, mate. Don't think that I forgot about all that. You and your kind being capable of all that, that's always rubbed me the wrong way. As far as this match that you're calling for at War for Territory, for the leadership of the cartel, as well as ISP being exiled from the cartel, you know, I never asked for any of that. I never wanted any of that. All I asked you to do was to fall in line. But I guess you weren't capable of that. I guess you couldn't stomach the fact that somebody else was stealing your spotlight. You know, ISP, myself and I believe all the other members of the cartel, we've been itching for a long time now. And it's not from the sand fleas that are jumping out of your bloody towel on your head. We've been itching for somebody to step up and lead the cartel to domination. And that somebody is gonna be me. I mean, look what we've got after a year or so of following you. We've got 2% of a lousy company. Not to mention you losing all of our title shots. So as far as our match, as far as this match that you're calling for, yeah, I'll accept it. But it would be in your best interest, mate, to leave all the boom at home with you. Because the only casualty in this match is gonna be you. Because I'm the bloody best. And there isn't a damn thing that you can do about it.
And, well, there you go. Much like a dysfunctional family, the leader of the cartel, Israel Sharif Akour, will now be wrestling one of his own, Colin Blair, at the biggest show of the year, War for Territory 4, live August 20th at the Blair County Convention Center, part of the big Man-Po extravaganza. All things man. It's going to be great. You won't want to miss it. All things Po.
That's if the match gets approved.
What do you mean, if the match gets approved?
Hey guys.
What?
What's this?
What is that?
Apparently, we got a tape. And it says play, extremely important.
Well, let me get back to Frank so we can...
All right, you give that to Frank.
Well, let's see what this is.
We'll take a look at that extremely important tape right after we take this commercial break.
The Man-Po!
It's nothing like you've ever experienced before. The first annual Man-Po, the only expo dedicated to all things man. August 20th and 21st at the Blair County Convention Center. What in the hell is going to be at the Man-Po? A Nogi Submission Grappling Tournament, AON War for Territory 4, a Madden Bowl, antique car show, demonstrations, manly movies, and a load of bands. The first annual Man-Po at the Blair County Convention Center, August 20th and 21st. If you're not there, then you're not a man.
Israel Sharif Akour and the cartel constantly walk around in slow motion and black and white like they're the bee's knees. Kes Edison is in color and smiles more than they do. Paid for by Kes for AON. If you like the action you see on the AON RunDown, then don't miss the hottest show in town. All or Nothing Professional Wrestling Live.
Alright, now we received the tape. Apparently it was received from one of ISP's many couriers, and we do have it ready to go.
And apparently it has something to do with Cass, so shut up, let's go.
Mr. Edison. How you do, my friend?
I'm watching.
Drink the water.
I'm not your friend. When are you gonna let me out of here?
Oh, I do not intend on letting you out of here anytime soon, my friend.
This has been since the beginning of June. I've missed my daughter's dance recital. I've missed countless board meetings. How is AON supposed to go on if I'm not there? You're gonna let him up to Cousin Otis?
Mr. AC Norway has
I forgot. It's that guy. Because he's competent.
I need a favor, Mr. Edison. That's why I'm here.
Do you ever do anything on your own? You always need somebody's help. What favor do you want? I haven't seen anything. I don't even know what's going on.
I have a situation with Mr. Colin Blair right now. He is trying to overthrow me and take over the dictatorship of the cartel.
So you can't even hold together your own group?
This is not open for discussion! I will have your whole family sitting here, Mr. Edison. Your daughter will never have a dance recital ever again.
What do you want?
I need you to give me your 49% for this decision.
Are you gonna let me go? Are you gonna
on tape for the people of All or Nothing Wrestling, so that it is secure for War for Territory 4. It is me versus Colin Blair.
Do I get to leave after that?
No, you do not get to leave. I may need you for a future purpose.
So you think you two can get in there and battle each other back and forth, right?
Are you a conspiracy theorist?
No, I just want to see both of you punish each other. So if that's what's going to happen, you can have your match.
I'll put my career on the line for this, Mr. Edison. So, if you look at it from that standpoint, this also benefits you if I lose. You will be rid of me. Though you will have Colin Blair to thank for that, but that is not going to happen, my friend.
I tried that once. I just want to see you fight each other and beat the hell out of you. I don't care. You can have your match. That's fine. But you need to let me go. That's all there is to it.
Oh,
But
Mr. Edison.
Can I have just one more drink of water? It'd be nice more than like once a day. It would be great if I could.
Oh, my poor boy. I got the dance recital to go to. Assalamu alaikum, my friend.
This is ridiculous! Kes gave in to his demands, and he still won't let him go. That man is a terrorist!
Well, yeah.
So what, he's just gonna keep Kes? You heard it. He missed his daughter's dance recital and everything, and he's still not letting him go?
I was at that dance recital.
Well, that seems to be the gist of it. Besides, I think Kes will be just fine.
How do you know?
Gut feeling?
Uh-huh. You know a lot more than you're letting on. Hey, my personality.
Well, we are out of time here, gentlemen, but the next 2 weeks are going to be explosive. For the next 2 rundowns heading into War for Territory 4, we'll be doing a year in a review recap. That's right, we're going to bring you up to speed on a very incredible, so far busy, ridiculously busy 2011. All the major happenings, the power struggle between the owners, the co-owner, the min-owner, the general manager, the Hellenbach Empire, the Empire, you name it, we're going to go through them all. Leading up to War for Territory 4 at the Big Man-Po weekend, August 20th. It's going to be awesome. You don't want to miss the next 2 weeks. We're going to go over everything. Hellenbach Empire, the cartel, the kidnapping of Kes Edison, the murders.
What kidnapping?
That was 2010.
Shut up.
But we'll go over that too. Join us here next week. ABC 23, 11:30 a.m. Amen for AON. I don't want that. Fine.
And cut. What?
Akiba is coming to AON. Be ready.
What the hell was that? Wait.
Worst 15 seconds of my life.
Did something happen?